All right, step one that I should see everybody doing at this time is getting out your notebook and a pencil. So yes, that means you're going to already have to pause this video so you can go ahead and get out your materials to do these things appropriately. I'll wait a second. All right, you should now have out your notebook or a piece of paper, so make sure you copy down this chart. Again, I'll wait a second for you to copy down this chart. There's going to be 3 charts I'm going to do. Make sure you write down each one and try each problem, please. All right, so we've created these ratio tables here. We're going to do a couple things here this morning to warm up and this afternoon when you guys watch it. First thing is we're going to identify a rule. And this rule that we're going to find is going to take us from dogs to cats. Okay, so we're going from the top one to the bottom one. So dogs are essentially our X and cats are essentially our Y. So we're looking for a rule, and yes, we are looking for something we can multiply by all X values to equal Y. This thing that we multiply, yes, we always multiply, is called the constant of proportionality. Okay, Miss Kidwell's coming in. She's going to be real quiet here. Hang on, pause real quick. Can you wait out there for like 5 minutes and tell them when they come in? Or just wait for like 5 minutes so they're not banging on the door? You can set your stuff down, I don't care. Sorry.
You scared the crap out of me.
Well, that's on the video. Thanks, Miss Kidwell.
I had no idea. Like, you're just sitting over here. I was like, is he not hearing this?
No. No, I'm serious. I'm recording right now, so. Yeah. Oh, well. All right, if you got a problem with that, talk to Miss Kidwell. All right, anyway. So this is called the constant of proportionality, where the thing that's multiplied by X is going to be identified. So in this case, our constant of proportionality is 5. Okay? This is just like that scale factor, not X. Just like that scale factor of K. All right? It's also for constant of proportionality. Now, if you remember, I showed you these equations that were in this form. Okay? This means that this value here is that constant of proportionality. So anytime you find a number that's multiplied by all of these X values here, okay, every one of these X values, it has to work all transitions from X to Y. Okay, whenever you find that multiplier, you get to plug that in for the K. So we have Y equals 5X. All right, at this point, I'm going to ask you to raise your hand. This is how I'm going to know you're actually listening. Raise your hand, and I'm going to ask you to get a graph from me. I'm going to come around and put a graph on your paper. You're going to graph a line after plotting these points on your graph. So raise your hand, and I'll come around, or Miss Kidwell will come around and give you a graph. All right, we're now at the point where we're ready to do a couple graphs here. Or, sorry, one graph. We're going to go through and make our lines. So we have these values down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And as long as you count consistently, you can count by any number. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Please take a second and make this graph on your notes. All right, this is going to be dogs down here. This is going to be cats over here. So as we graph these, we have 1, 5, 2, 10, and 3, 15. And you'll see again that when we draw this line, it goes through each and every point. Okay? Now, if it didn't go through every point, then we would know that this is not the right kind of equation. Okay? We also, more importantly, know that this is a constant of proportionality equation because it hits this origin of 0, 0. All right. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you this one here quickly, of course. And we're going to have this form still. And this one's a little bit trickier. I know when we look at this, we're thinking times 2. But we're not multiplying the 2 times the 14. So this is what needs to be done. We need to flip this 2 or 2 over 1 to 1 over 2. That's how we find that rule. If it looks like times 2 going from y to x, all you have to do is flip it to make it a fraction. So we're going to do y equals 1/2 x, and I'm going to make sure that works on each and every one of these. Half of 10 is 5, half of 12 is 6. All right, this is our constant of proportionality. Okay, and again, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and raise your hand again and construct another graph, please. All right, go ahead and copy this down. Again, you should be pausing at any time you need to in these videos. We're going to count these ones here by 5s. Actually, you know what? Let's do those ones by 2. The reason I chose 2 is because those are all even. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And the other ones I'll count by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again, we have 10, 10, 5. We have 12, 6, and 14, 7. And I'm sure I'm a little off just because it's free-handed, but these are pretty close, actually. All right, and these points here all lay on the line, and it hits this 0, 0 point down here called the origin. All right, there's one more if we need to do. I'll show it to you. Try this one all on your own.